What's up, everybody? So today we're going to be teaching you how to teach your dog how to lay down using food, okay? A couple things you need to remember. One, your dog must understand your marker system, okay? Whether that's a verbal marker such as the word yes or break, or like we're going to be using a clicker today. The dog must understand it, so your marker must be charged. Now, if you're not sure what we mean by that, make sure you go back in the series and watch the video on charging a marker, okay? Now, the second thing, we want the dog to be hungry. You can't use food in training if your dog is not hungry. So don't feed him in the morning and then try to use treats later on, okay? Make your dog earn their daily amount of kibble through training. So Phoebe here is going to be earning her breakfast through the down command. We also want to make sure we have a leash on the dog so we can stop them from wandering around and we can kind of keep them focused on us. We also want to make sure when we start this that we start in a controlled environment. Don't try to do this in the park, right, on 4th of July weekend, okay? Start in your house or in your garage with minimal distractions so you can keep your dog focused on you. Once your dog has it dialed, then we build up our distractions, okay? Now, the last thing we want to talk about is teaching the down from a standing position or moving position, not from the sit position. So many trainers and people teach the dog, sit down, sit down. What happens is your dog will start to anticipate commands, so when you ask your dog to sit, they just lay down instead. We want to teach each one separately. Okay, so I've got Phoebe here. We've got her food. I've got my clicker, okay? So Phoebe understands our markers, right? So I click, right? Phoebe wants the food, okay? Just gonna show you this real quick. I can have my dog follow my hand. It's our lure, right? There's a sit, okay? So now that you see that Phoebe is working for this food and following my hand, we're now going to go into our down command. So you'll see when I do my sit real quick, I lure up. Right, my hands come up, okay? Just like so. So for down, it's going to be a little different. I'm actually going to have my hands out in front of the dog, and I'm going to push down right there. Once the dog's down, click, and I come out of the position. Remember, our clicker releases the dog, okay? So here, beautiful. Some dogs will take a little longer. Phoebe's had some practice at this. Good. And sometimes you have to wait them out a little bit. So once I get some reps and my dog is really performing well, right? I lure down in front. I want that space so you can see. Let me try this from the side. I want space. I don't want her pushing into my hand right now. I like a little bit of space. Good. Okay? So I'll do another one from the side here. Beautiful. Now it's important that once your dog is doing this consistently, that we slowly phase our lure. So I'm going to slowly try to phase that lure out. Right? I'm slowly standing up more and more. Okay, so you'll see here, I might wait. Now, yes, she sat, right? I started my lure, she's downing now, I'm gonna click. So I'm gonna wait for her now. Let's see if she does it on her own. So again, she's going into that sit, down. Now that's okay at this point. I know we said we don't like to teach the sit, but I'm not trying to lure into the sit. So I've lured a bunch for the down. Now I'm making her try to figure out what I want. Now that we've lured a bunch and she's had the repetition, right, of lure. Beautiful. Now I can wait the dog out a little bit. Again, I get that going. You'll see she's getting rep after rep with the lure. Very well. So now I wait. If I have to, I can lure down. Right, so just to show you this, right? So there I waited her out. But say I come here and she doesn't. Beautiful. See how much faster she went? Sometimes it takes a few reps. If you have to, you add the lure after. Nice. So now that she's offering it on her own, we're going to start to name it. So we don't want to name it till we really love it, but I'm showing you the progression. So Phoebe's starting it, right? Perfect. So on the next one, I'm going to name it. I name it when she's doing it or when she has done it. So watch. No food in my hand, nothing in, I'm not reaching in, I'm waiting. Down, click, and feed. They have to be separate, okay? You can't say down and click at the same time. They must be separate. She's going to lay down, click, and feed. Everything in the beginning is about the speed. I'm not looking for a duration right now. So when she starts, down, I can reinforce it in, down, click, and feed. I slowly build duration there. But in the beginning, I just want her to go down. So when she starts to lay down, she's starting to lay down, I name it down, or when she lays down, click, and feed. Now again, we went from a progression of this. Food in my hand, lure. Okay? Then, I had food in my hand prepared to lure if I had to. Then, no food in my hand, no food in my pouch. And I wait. Beautiful. Once we have reps of that, then we add the command when the dog does or when the dog is doing it. Down. Perfect. Love it. Okay? I get my reps in. Down. Then when I want to add duration, I can feed in command by reinforcing it with the command. Down. Right? So now I tell her down and I feed by giving her room service. Down. And I go to her. No click. I say the command and go to her with room service. Down. I can also just say down, no reward. Down, no reward. Down, reward. This time I click out. She must come out and come to me for the reward. Beautiful job, Phoebe. Now, one last thing, guys, before I let you go is I want to show you. We still have some food. Look, she's working. She's activating me. Now, we got to the point, right? I started luring. I was kind of helping her, help as much as needed, as little as possible. Now, she's to the point where she's activating me. That's what we're looking for, is for the dog to engage us and activate us, saying, hey, dummy, hit your clicker. I'm doing what you want, right? That's what we're looking for, okay? But I want you guys to remember, keep these sessions short. They should be 5 minutes, 10 minutes max, right? And make it fun. So I feed a random reward. Every now and then I give a few kibbles. Sometimes I give more. Now on the next one, I'm going to click her out. But on the next one, I'm going to end the session by giving her everything. Right? Keep the session short and fun. Okay? So this is what we call our jackpot. She's earned some of her food. She's going to lay down, down, click. And I empty it. She worked really hard and gave me a lot of good reps. So now I want to jackpot her by saying, good job, yes, you did it, boom. Now she is going to want to go into that command more and more and more, okay? You keep your sessions short and keep them fun. Less is more. It's quality, not quantity. All right, guys? There's your down command with food. We'll see you later.